Which side?
To this side?
Masters and None, episode
Oh, nice, because I can read it here.
157. Justin is rudely just talking over me, giving direction. And Enhanced Mic is in my shot.
Sorry, man. It's all about me today.
Jesus Christ. This light facing forward, for whatever reason,
You look wonderful.
I feel like I look fabulous. I got some bags under my eyes. That must be from the chronic abuse. And it's episode 157, guys. Welcome back. It's Tuesday.
157. It is Tuesday. And what we need you to do is hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode every single time we go live. And if you can't watch the live video, which we always prefer that you do, damn, I need some Botox. You see that? Look at those crow's feet. That what they call them? Chicken feet or something?
Something's going on with the cameras today, right?
Yeah. Oof.
Nah, bro, different angles. The shot looks a little tight.
Yeah. Listen, man. You know, it's a little tight like a tiger. But yes, if you can't watch the video version, make sure that you check out the audio versions if you're at work, driving, things like that, so you can listen to it in the background. But more importantly, what we previously said, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell. Twiz, say what's up to the people, man.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? Everybody, make sure you tune in. Make sure you jump onto the Instagram, follow Masters and None Podcast. Actually, there's a special story on there, so check that out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to say.
Chris has something in the chat, but I can't read it since they moved it to the other side of the screen.
Chris says,
He said, "Bro, I thought for a second that Justin had a VR headset on, looking at it in my periphery on my second monitor."
Can you imagine Justin just had the new Apple fucking VR headset on? How do you feel about VR headsets? Because I don't know if everybody knows how you feel about VR in general, but we haven't talked about the Apple VR headset. So talk to me about the way you feel about the Apple VR headset, and just give us like a sprinkle of how you feel about VR overall.
all right, so I'm intrigued by VR.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet.
Oh, you've never tried any headset? You never tried any of them?
No, none of them. You have?
Yeah.
I haven't tried any.
I've got motion sickness doing that shit.
Really? You need some Dramamine?
Yeah, but I got motion sickness using the DS too. So like,
Wow, I wouldn't have said that out loud. But
Nah, that happens. Nah, bro, that happens.
it's very common.
using a Nintendo DS?
Yeah, because of the two screens.
Yep.
Oh, it's got two screens on it?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm out of my depth already.
Yeah.
Is that something? Is that like standard knowledge for
I wasn't
Nintendo
going to
DS?
go forward. They only come like that.
Oh, see, I'm out of my depth. That's what I'm saying. I'm out of my depth. You know, I got to get back in the shallow end.
I think that I'm not the first person to get motion sickness from a DS.
Yeah. I mean, if you were using it in a car, I would get it. But yeah, that's weird. So your eyes, what if your eyes just went like this?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Then what? Yeah, right. You'd be like, that would make me the ultimate DS gamer, dude.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? He's like, I've been trying to do that.
I could see the mini map and fucking see myself walking around at the same time.
Yeah, listen, man, that's a skill, dude.
That's next level elite. Go ahead,
But-
VR.
So VR. So I'm intrigued by it. I think it's an interesting idea, honestly, and I'm sure it's an awesome experience. But again, people are gonna get buried in that weirdness eventually. Right now, it's fine, but once it gets real good, and there's like 4D, you know what I'm saying? Like the VR, but with sensation. Like sitting in one of them machines, it starts blowing air on you and shit, and so people would never leave.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and
Yeah.
I've already seen like desktop attachments.
Get out of here, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
crazy.
talking about like hydraulic desktop attachments.
Really? See, yo, it's so funny because I was wondering if there was a flesh.
But it's funny because there's a scene in Tropic Thunder where he's talking about how like the porn industry dictates like where like like video technology kind of goes in, and like when Blu-ray and HD DVDs were out, like porn went with Blu-ray, so the world went with Blu-ray. Like that's like a scene from Tropic Thunder, right?
Okay.
But it really is like the first time when we get stuff, the first thing we do with it is like, let's figure out how we can, get off to this thing, right? Because like VR comes out and there's like Fruit Ninja and then VR porn. It's like those are the two things that people are talking about. Like there's not like there was no at least for me, even when I got my first VR headset, and I didn't get a good one. I got like one of the ones you like put your cell phone into. and your cell phone is like the screen. It works, but it's not nearly as good as like the like legit ones. But at the time, it was what we had, and like the only two things that people would talk to, I'm like, oh, I got a VR headset. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing that fucking Ninja game, and jerking off a lot. And they're like, how real is it? I'm like, well, if you got a big dick, it's pretty real. If you got a big one, I said, for me, not as real as it should be. I said, but it's close. It's as close as you're gonna get, right? Yeah, but it doesn't make for my style. I'm a skipper. I like to skip through the scenes,
Yeah.
That's for guys that like fucking, depth and character development.
Need some chapter markers. But if there was a suggestion box, but back to my idea of it. If there was any 3D headset that I would venture to try,
Would be the Apple one.
probably be the Apple one.
Why is that? Is that because of ease of use, like seamless integration, or
It's just that
Are you an
I-
Apple stan? Are you Marcus Brownlee or whatever that guy's name is?
Is he an Apple stan?
He's not. Well, I think.
I don't know if I'd call him an Apple stan. I'd probably say the guy might just know what he's talking about.
All right. Allegedly.
I
I
mean-
rolled my eyes like a bitch.
Yeah. Berto's like, well, I bet Linus Tech Tips might disagree.
No, I think Linus. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he daily drives a Razer laptop though. I don't know if he has I think he has an Android phone.
But
But he's Canadian, so it'd be difficult for me to use him as like and I love Linus. But
yeah.
right away, if somebody said that to me and I was thinking of a contra argument, I would say Canadian doesn't count in this argument.
yeah, I mean, if Trudeau wants you to use a Razer and you don't, he'll just freeze your bank account and take your
Facts.
money.
Yeah.
So you should probably listen to what he says.
Yeah. but no, I didn't know that about Marquise Brownlee. I don't got anything. I think we talk about this all the time. I think the phones are the same. I do think that like you're paying more for less, but I think that I pay more for less when I buy Intel processors. The AMD processors are cheaper and perform better, and the Intel ones, will benchmark lower and sell for more. So I think I do it too sometimes.
Yeah.
I like brands too. I like to stay in the same like environment, right? So if I have, for example, in my house I have a lot of like Nest products, like Google Nest products, right? And I just like the seamless integration. I like a single application that kind of covers it all. I think my next setup is going to be much more evolved. And I think I talked about this a little bit on the Discord. So if you're not in our Discord, go check it out. I do like the idea of like seamless integration and staying within like the same single company's environment because it just makes things work more efficiently.
Copy.
I can't disagree. I mean, me, I'm in the Apple verse.
Apple
or whatever.
stratosphere.
Yeah,
Apple sphere.
exactly. So,
Can it be an apple and a sphere at the same time?
quagmire. So,
Real quick, Spaz says this is his girl's birthday. He's just stopping by real quick to smash the like button. Thank you. And happy birthday to her.
happy birthday to you guys. Hope you get some lobster mac and cheese. If you're not following Spaz on social media, you should follow him. This guy's out here crushing on vacation, eating lobster and all kind of seafood things while I'm out here just eating like a peasant. All right, I'm out here having grilled cheese and Spam.
I can't afford crustaceans.
All right. But what I wanted to say, God damn it,
Go ahead.
is the reason why I would use the Apple one is number one, the environment, or that's really number two. Number one is they did what they always do. They wait for all the shitty ones to figure it out, and then they just do it the most stable. If I had to put my money on it, I would say it's probably the most stable one in terms of functionality and integration. I'm sure that it won't be for long. I'm sure one will, supersede it in the coming months, but that would be my guess.
The only reason I would get one would be to play video games, specifically like VR racing games.
Yeah.
And I don't think that, like, that's the one thing that Apple doesn't have, like integration with like external companies. Like they don't play well with other companies, right? So like the only reason I would want one is to do like VR racing, and I know like it would be like some fucking terrible, like, oh, you can't use this on a Windows laptop, or this functionality doesn't work with this or this or that or this or that, because like even their computers, like, you know, they perform well with certain things, but nobody plays video games on them.
But what I would say is they're getting better at that, because I can communicate with my computer and my Samsung TV with no issue. You know, I can like cast stuff over. What am I talking about? I'm completely lying. There's always issues with it. Now that I'm thinking about it.
But it's fine because like
There's always issues. Never mind. I'll take that back. There's always issues casting to my Samsung TV. What am I talking about? It's actually a pretty terrible experience.
Yeah, it gets kind of crappy sometimes.
Yeah,
Twitch just got Twitch is a Mac user.
Yep.
that's right.
sure
Welcome
am.
to the gang, bro. We jumped him in.
Nah. Listen, I've been here, baby. I've been here for a long time.
I've been
Might not
here.
have been the best time, but I've been here for a long time.
Yeah. Hey, listen, their shit works, right?
Yeah,
And when you see it, people assume that like you're wealthy when they see you with it. So you get like that social status too.
That's not true.
Not
bro.
anymore.
Oh,
No,
100%.
not anymore.
The
Wealthy
Apple stuff
with
is
an
not a
Apple-
social.
With an wealthy with an Apple phone.
There is a social status that goes along with Apple products, and we can't deny that.
Not anymore.
I don't
Back in
think
the
there is
day-
anymore. Maybe at some time,
Y'all
but
are
not
crazy,
now.
Bro, 10 years
Oh,
ago-
that's crazy. Your
Listen.
phone is more expensive than mine. Anybody that knows anything knows that.
Yeah, but the thing is like there's people the maybe not you guys, right? You might be fall along under like the educated Apple user who is like aware of like where they stand in like the technology like sphere, right? But there's other people who you text them from an Android phone and they think that you're like a peasant because there's a wide variety of Android phones, right? So you could be a brokey and have like an A21. No disrespect to anybody that has one of those, like, you know, free phones or cheaper phones or non-flagship phones. That's what I should say. Non-flagship phones. So like that exists. Like there's memes of it all over the internet.
Yeah, but I think you know what it is. I think the negative connotation with Android phones versus Apple phones is because when Android came out, Apple had already established itself as a top tier competitor. So back then, 10, 15 years ago, if you had the first Apple phone, you got to remember supply and demand. So when there's less of a supply and more of a demand and there's less people that have it, people put that notoriety behind it just because they didn't even have it yet. But now they're handing out iPhones. I know 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds with iPhones. I know seniors with senior citizens with iPhones. It's become such a commodity that it's not really hard to find.
I don't think
You're
that
crushing my future argument. Because Roberto always says, man, it's something about old people and little kids with iPhones. That's why they all have it, because it's so easy to use. And I'm like, that's not true. And now
Yeah.
Twiz just...
They use the same demographic as the company Crocs, same user base.
Yo, bro, but it's the
So,
you know,
Crocs and
where's your
Starbucks?
iPhone?
but look,
I have an iPhone, but I have an iPhone. It's sitting right on the desk.
This is a
two phone
Croc
stocks.
user, a Croc wearer.
I used to wear Crocs. They make my feet sweat, so I can't wear them. I wish I could, but I can't. My body doesn't tolerate it. I get a sweaty, smelly athlete's foot, and I get an athletic foot. It makes me way faster, but it makes me stinkier too, so I can't wear them. But no, I don't even. The truth is like I'm not even here for the fucking Apple Android debate. But I think that it's very clear that like for whatever reason, Apple users have like this disdain, or there's like an association of like being less than with Android users.
Sounds like projection.
No, I don't feel that way. I think it's mind boggling when.
Do you feel inferior when we text?
No, we don't know. We don't see it on our end. We don't fucking have that weird shit.
Oh, I mean, I don't look at it that way.
you know,
But like I
If
said,
you feel
you guys,
that way, I mean, I don't know what to tell
it's
you.
undeniable, right?
If you feel like that,
it's you guys might not feel that way, but you guys have to agree that there are people that do feel that way.
of course, there are people that
Because
feel
you
that way.
guys have seen, you guys. I'm not. This isn't the first time that like you guys have heard of this.
it sounds like a pretty girl thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It does sound like that.
That's what that sounds like. That
Yeah.
sounds like to me like she's like, I thought it was hot, but now his bubbles are gray.
Yeah,
Right?
I should have known he was a concert.
Why'd you stop talking to him? He sent me a text outside of Tinder. And it was green. I knew I shouldn't have gave him my number.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird thing. It's so stupid. It's so dumb, bro. But I don't know. It exists. It's true. It like exists. You know. I don't know. It's even funnier with like their laptops though, because there's a lot of kick-ass companies that make sick fucking laptops.
Read what Chris just said.
There's a lot of companies that make sick laptops, but somebody will see you with it and they'd be like, oh man, like that's I got a MacBook Pro, and it's like you don't even know that this computer is like significantly better than that computer. But it's like there's like this we talked about it before. There's like this thing where people consume just so other people can see them consume.
I think it's like compulsive consumption or something like
Something
that. Or
something consumption.
Yeah, I just want to say,
It's like the
Berto,
need of
spontaneous
the
consumption.
need to consume to prove to others that you have the ability to, or just to show off to others. I forgot what it's called, but go ahead. You could read the chat. Twiz.
Nah, Berto. First of all, Berto, just at me, bro. All right, just fucking at me. All right, that whole last little blurb. That
That was a shot?
Yeah, he was at.
Shots fired?
He was at me, bro.
No.
Was he?
Oh, with the laptop thing? No.
Look.
Twiz bought a new MacBook, and I told him.
Oh,
First off,
So
wait,
Twiz bought a MacBook.
I allegedly bought a new MacBook.
Twiz maybe might have bought a new MacBook. It was thinking about buying a MacBook, and I was
you're
like,
welcome, Twiz.
And I was like, dude, I
bought him that MacBook.
I know you've been talking about getting a gaming computer. Why not just get a Windows laptop that can play video games and function as a laptop? You know,
And naturally, Twiz said, I don't know, I want it to work. And what'd you say?
This idea that like Windows, this is what I'm talking about. You see, that's exactly. You're a pretty girl.
Yeah.
I never realized it until you just did that, but you just proved it.
Justin's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
You just dead named me.
Go
Yo,
ahead, read the chat, and then I'll continue.
I got you. So, one was like, yo, wait, hold on, where was it at? He said, Berto, what does your therapist say? He said, what does your therapist say, Roberto? And then Chris was like, I can't believe the green text thing is still real. Do iPhone people actually text using the iMessage app? I can count on one hand the amount of times I text outside of an app like Insta or Discord. Juan said Apple software is really good though. Navik, shout out to Rab. He said I have an Android that's better than all y'all phones. And then Chris said, damn, Justin had some mad hot girl energy right there.
Yeah, that was spicy what he said. Yeah, he was like, because they work, because they last long.
Because it gets viruses but doesn't tell me. Your Microsoft computers just tell you. That's right.
I could pull up my text. Yeah. My wife has a MacBook Pro. I don't.
And it works great, and you're mad every day you wake up and it just works. You're like, God damn it, I want that. You keep trying to spill stuff on it.
The other day,
you keep trying to spill shit on it, don't
she
you?
was having trouble connecting to the printer, and I was like, well, you know, with the money you spent on this, could have bought a Razer.
True.
And I don't even think that like, but also like that's me being a fanboy too, right? Like, why do I have like a bunch of different Razer products? They don't make the best products.
I would have low key went in and broke the printer and blame you.
No,
and been like, look, see, it's not.
This
wire is cut.
The truth is that Razer makes a bunch of shitty products. I've had like 6 fucking Razer headsets in the past X amount of years. Like, I shouldn't be buying for the amount of money they sell them for, but I continue buying them. So I'm just as guilty as you are.
Yeah. But all joking aside, the software that I use is MacBook like based or Mac based.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I always revert to that. If Logic Pro was stable on a Microsoft computer and I would never have to worry about it, I would use that. If Final Cut Pro was seamlessly, if Apple just fucking released the sauce,
Yeah. I can't imagine that that's better than Adobe.
It's not. Again, it goes back to the environment.
Yeah,
it's not better than Adobe.
Yeah.
They're the same. They just do things differently. So it's like, that's just the environment that I use, and I don't feel like setting aside the time to learn an entirely new software.
And you shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
that's the only thing, because I use Adobe's other stuff like Photoshop and Lightroom.
Yeah.
So the interface is similar, but then when it comes to like timelines and location of tools and stuff,
yeah.
what do you got, Twist?
Go ahead.
My man, here's something funny I just learned. So there's certain things I guess that are filtered on chat that aren't filtered on my end, so I could see. So Chris, and if you look at the chat, he actually said something, and I guess they didn't let it go through. So,
Does our chat not show it? The one that we have over here?
This one does
Might be
show
public filters, maybe because
it's a public filter.
Because he's a
Yeah, it's mad funny, but he said
admin.
buying Razer is like buying designer garbage bags. It might look nice, but ultimately that shit is going in the trash, dog.
Yeah, Razer makes shitty shit. I mean,
Shitty shit.
Does it?
they don't make...
And you're promoting that bullshit?
I never promote them. And I literally
You
just
just said
said
you could have got a Razer.
Wait.
no. Their laptops are they perform very well. I've had my Razer laptop for a long time. What I said was that a bunch of their headsets took a shit on me, which is absolutely true.
Facts.
They're probably overpriced.
They don't make headsets. That's not. They do, but I mean that's not their main.
Well,
thing.
no,
they
their
make
main-
accessories for their main computer, which is what they do, right?
They started making accessories. That's how they came out. They started making their keyboards,
I
their
know
mice,
nothing.
stuff like that. Laptops came afterwards. But I mean, like, I don't think that there's a big difference between their laptops and MSI laptops in terms of like quality. I do think that their fucking headphones are not great. Even their keyboards, like, not the best. But like their competitors, Corsair, like, I don't think that they are that much better than these. But yeah, 100%. I agree with Chris. They definitely they're a little overpriced. But it's like we talked about before. You want all your RGB lights to match up. You want the fucking lights in your headset to match the lights on your keyboard and not have to do a bunch of witchcraft behind the scenes to get them to sync. Buy all the Razer stuff.
Yeah, buy the same shit.
Buy all the Razer products, and then you never have a problem because they have their own software that controls all their RGB stuff. They also have this like integration page where you could add like different companies, but if the company's not on that list, guess what? You're gonna have to do some kind of witchcraft to get your lights to sync up. You want your fucking, the lights, the fans on your computer to match your fucking keyboard or whatever the strobe is, then, yes, there are third-party tools that do it, but it's not as easy as like, just having it and it's syncing on its own.
Yeah, that's seamless integration.
So yeah, it's like, what do you want to pay for? Do you want
your computer to work or your lights, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I get it.
I don't think that that's the sacrifice that you're making. But yeah, I suppose that's like a dramatization of it.
Let me just add something in from the chat real quick, and I'm gonna do something.
All right.
So Chris apparently is he's filtered off of the regular chat, but obviously, like I said,
He's filtered off forever.
Yeah, well, I don't think forever, but for some reason
I can see him.
Yeah, no. He wrote two things after that, after the last thing. So he said,
ahead, what'd he say?
He said, "Oh shit, am I on a list? Did I get arrested?" And we're speaking about laptops and arrest. I figured.
Oh yeah, Hunter. Go ahead, Justin. Take over. Speaking of
I
getting
passed
arrested,
it to Berto alley-ooped it
I
the
want
fuck
nothing to do with this. That's why.
You
The
treated
truth
that like
is
a volleyball possession.
The truth
he
is
bumped
that
it, you said it, and now I gotta spike it.
yeah, I don't know anything about the Hunter Biden story. I know that. All right, you want me to take it? I'll tell you everything I know about the Hunter
All
Biden
right, go
situation.
ahead. Tell us all you know about the criminal, the Hunter Biden story. Go ahead.
So this is what I thought that he was being tried for like treason or something like that, right? For selling information. And then Twiz tells me that he got caught up with like other charges, that there's nothing, and he's not even going to jail. That's what I know about him.
Yeah, he's not going to jail. He's about to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanors on like tax evasion, like not paying his income tax. But then people were going crazy on Twitter talking about Wesley Snipes went to jail.
Yeah.
Mike the Situation Sorrentino went to jail from Jersey Shore. They were talking about
all people of the same.
and Rachel. You remember Rachel from Full
Friends?
House? From Full House, you remember Uncle Jesse's hot wife,
Yeah.
Rebecca. That was her name. Rebecca and Becky.
She went to jail?
She went to jail,
Yeah,
bro.
she went to
had
jail.
years, bro,
Yeah, they gave her years for
tax evasion.
No, oh
No, I'm sorry. She was bribing the school
Yeah, she's
district.
bribing the school,
She
yeah.
was bribing the schools, like
Okay,
the colleges,
yeah.
to get her kids.
That was
in.
recently.
Yes, my mistake.
Okay.
My mistake. I meant to say,
But she did go to jail.
She did, but for something else.
Yeah.
yeah, they did her dirty.
The Jersey housewife lady Teresa and her man, they got locked up. She did like 2 years or something like that. And now here you go. This just looks like a schmicktator schmip. Whereas kids get to do whatever they want and not get in trouble. You look at any schmicktator schmip in the history of the world, they all had corrupt kids that did whatever they wanted and never got in trouble.
I'm sure Schmim, Schmom, Schmil's kids do whatever the fuck they want.
Yes. That gentleman with the wonderful haircut.
Yeah. No, but how much evading did this guy do? Because I'm pretty sure Wesley Snipes was,
Yeah, Wesley was ducking like $7 million.
Yeah,
Like that.
and not only that, but I'm pretty sure you only go to jail when you tell them you're not paying them. Like, oh, I don't owe you money. When you start acting like those guys, like when you start acting like those guys who were like sovereign citizens or something like that, and they're
When
like,
they get pulled over, they're like, I don't follow your laws.
It's like, I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Yeah.
If you hit the feds with like the I didn't spend that money. I was using it, so I don't have to pay taxes on it. That's when they put you in jail.
I think what they do is I saw Montel Jordan talking about this I think he talked about it on Vlad. And he was saying, you know Montel Jordan, the singer?
No, when you say,
know?
I don't know why I thought he was a talk show host, but go ahead.
That's Montel Williams.
Montel Williams.
But Montel Jordan's the one that, he was a singer, big singer. What was his big record?
Montel Jordan?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, come on, bro. Montel Jordan.
If you were from where I'm from, then
Yeah.
you would know that
This is how we do it. This is how we do
That's
it.
it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
him.
So what he said in an interview, which I'm sure is what happened to Wesley Snipes, he said he's like, I owed them like 30 grand. And they just didn't say anything to me and let it build up all these late fees and interest and shit until it was like $7 million. He's like 10 years later, they came and hit me with it. I owe them millions of dollars. And he was like, what? And they're like, yeah, you owe us like all this money. And he was like, why didn't you guys tell me? He's like, I gave it to my accountant. I thought the accountant paid it. He said, they never paid the tax and nobody told me. He said, I don't handle this. Somebody else handles it.
That's the craziest part too. Is like when you think about like loans you can't default on and people that you can't not pay back. The government's the only one. You could shit on everybody else.
Yeah, the
But
government's
you
not the one.
can't fuck around with Uncle Sam.
Nah, you can't. They're going to get their money.
Shout out to Mo in the chat. He says you could pay and still have to go to jail.
Facts.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, you can.
He sold part of his catalog. Like he sold the publishing and the masters of some of his music catalog to be able to recoup some of the money to pay them because they were coming after him so hard.
Yo, I think it's crazy when they lock you up and expect you to pay shit. Like when you get locked up and then you still got to pay child support, or you get locked up for not paying child support. I'm like, well, now you really ain't gonna pay it because you're
Now you're not
locked up.
working. Now you can't work.
It's the same thing with the taxes. It's like, at least leave me outside where I could work and make money. And it's like, you already took taxes off of it in the beginning.
Yeah. Nah, for real, man. It was just crazy because I'm sure that's what happened. Yo, they came to Wesley like 2 years ago and were like, yo, remember when you shot Encino Man? Oh, I'm sorry, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man?
They were like, you remember Demolition Man?
Yeah, well, Bruce
How
says,
about New Jack City? And he's like, yes, one of my biggest movies. And they're like, well, we don't know how to tell you this, but you owe taxes on what you got paid for that movie. He's like, I shot that movie in like 91.
it's like, no worries, Wesley. It was only $1,500 in 1997.
Yeah, yeah.
And if we do our calculations real quick,
Adjust for inflation.
1.9 million.
You give us 2 right now, you walk free. Otherwise, jail.
They let him wait. They didn't let me wait. When I owed them money, they told me right the fuck away. I got the letter in the mail. They said, this is not a drill.
Yeah, no.
I said, we're not going to call you. We're not going to text you. This is your only warning.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like when they sent me a jury duty form.
You do those?
Bro, they started
So do I.
sending. They
I
started
do.
sending me crazy letters. They were like, if you don't answer to this one, and started listing all this shit that happens. And I was like, I hadn't gotten any. This was the first one I got. Where I live is crazy. Everybody gets everybody's mail. People been throwing out my mail for years. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
So this was like the first one I get. And they made it sound like they've been sending me stuff. So I filled it out and sent it back. And I was like,
Did you get picked?
call off the dogs. No, I haven't yet.
Good for you.
I don't know why, people always hate jury duty so much. They pay you. You get paid still from your job.
Yeah. Your
They have
job
to
doesn't
pay
like
you.
it, but they have to pay you.
They have to pay you.
New York State law.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
want to
a
be on
law.
jury duty, but they'll never pick me. They'll never pick me.
Dude,
You
we're
guys
too
are
close
thinking
to
about-
Juneteenth for this. What are you doing right
You guys,
now?
no.
What are you talking about?
What'd you say?
I said we're too close to Juneteenth. Like, what are you
It
talking
has
about?
nothing to do because I'm black like this. Nah,
Why won't they pick you?
because of certain happenings in my life in the past, they automatically think I'm biased.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they automatically think I'm because they interview you, and when they pull you in, that you do like your little interview, and they ask you, what do you feel about this, and has this happened, and all these other little things.
Yeah.
And the minute I say such and such happened and such, they're gonna be like,
Well, you don't get picked. I think the people who hate it are the people who don't get paid by their job. Because I don't think that your job has to pay you for it because they'll pay you if your job doesn't, but they only give you like $50 a day or something like
I
that.
think it's like 80.
80? Even
Yeah, that's
80 is like
crazy.
still criminal.
I think it's like 80. No, but I'm pretty sure they put
Can't work no
something in.
overtime. I'll crack the case.
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in this shit. Like, I don't want to come over here. I don't want to be one of, a jury of your peers. Take me out. I don't know this motherfucker. I'm not trying to be here
I don't
and
want
make
to be
no
in
decisions.
here. I might see this fool in the grocery store.
Yeah, and also,
Listen,
Oh, wait, hold on. Kevin in the chat, he said 40. It's 40 a day. He said he just went.
40 a day? Bro,
Yeah, that's crazy.
you can
He
barely
said
get the 80.
40 a day? If you blink slow with some flies on your face on TV, you get more than 40 a day.
I tell you right now, I started up fucking OnlyFans today, and I make more money than that.
Look at that, man. And it's defeat.
Oh, Chris is back. Chris said $80 won't even cover your lunch break these days.
Dude, crazy. $40 a day.
Yo, Kev said, and no lunch.
And no lunch
And
is
no
crazy.
lunch is
Not even
wild.
a sleetza? They don't even get you sleetza?
Listen, but
That's crazy.
and you want me to make like an informed decision? You want me to come over here and perform well? You want to start getting people?
Yeah.
Start throwing money at these guys.
Nah, you don't want that.
Start throwing money
That's
at
probably the reason why. People would be like, yo, sign me up. I'm trying to volunteer. You know what I mean? I'm trying to come out here and fight for justice. You know what I mean? How much is it? 50 a day? Yo, justice being served, bro.
No, there needs to be some kind of incentive for me to want to do a good job and not want to just be over. Because they said that was happening with the Tory Lane situation, that a lot of people just wanted it to be over because they don't want to be sequestered. They don't want this to happen. They don't want to. There's a lot of negative things that could negatively affect your lifestyle by
Yeah,
doing
they're like,
jury duty.
shit, I'm going to Punta Cana, bro. I'm not trying to get it. People got trips planned this summer.
Yeah.
Nah, nobody want to deal with that, man.
It's crazy. I'm not trying to. Can you imagine? You go to jury duty. You're like, oh, I think I'm going to be quick. You fucking call the number. Bring, bring, bring. Your number comes up. You show up. And then it's some high profile case. And they say that you got to go home and pack your bags. And you're going to be living in a hotel for the next couple of months while they find out whether, it was glass or bullet fragments in her foot. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, come on with that.
While
man.
they deliberate and shit.
Yeah, I'm going to want to get that over as soon as possible. I'm going to want to get out of there. I want to go home.
Yeah, it's terrible because people really look at it like just a job. Meanwhile, this is somebody's freedom that's on a stand. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's not
like
fair.
task oriented.
It's not fair to the people that are being represented in the courts, right?
Yeah.
Because you should get somebody who wants to be there, who's being compensated appropriately, who's going to do a good job at this, who's really going to look at the facts. Not somebody who's going to be like, it's a hanging jury, and someone's going to be like, you know what, I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't agree with you guys, but I want to go, so I'm just going to agree with you guys.
Yeah. Hopefully there's some. Imagine a person that's interviewing the jurors. Probably like, next, do you believe in the American Constitution? And they're like,
It's the lawyers.
yes.
You know that, right? The
Is that
lawyers.
who it is? I have no idea how the process works.
I'm going to fucking.
I thought
you
it was
guys-
the lady that stamps your license if you pass your driver's test or not. It's not that lady?
No, they bring the lady in from the DMV lady. No.
All right.
You
So I'm
ready for me
thinking-
to just fucking bullshit you?
Go ahead. Hit me with it.
This is 100%
Disclaimer, this is not legal advice.
This is not legal advice, and I'm right 60% of the time, all the time. So the way they do it is, it's like both lawyers get to interview all the people, and I think one person from the course interviews them, and then and then both lawyers and the team have to agree on everybody that's picked. So you could say like that lawyer could be like, I want this person, and then the other lawyer could be like, no, we don't want that guy. They got to go.
Oh, damn.
And it might even be like baseball or
I was
like
going to say, this
basketball.
sounds like a fantasy draft.
Yeah, it's like I got to take homie in the blue shirt. It's like all right, fuck, I didn't want. All right,
All right, shirts for skins.
Yeah, that's how I think it happens.
All right.
And
And stick it to it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That's crazy.
I'm doubling down.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Twiz?
Well, real quick, Kev jumped in the chat, gave us some insight. He said, I went and they called me in one of the first groups interviewed, sent back out, waited until noon. They then sent half the room out to lunch for an hour and a half. Right before they cleared the room, I got let go. He said, my prior was an interview for a double homicide case, and he said it's 100% the lawyers of the case.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, I agree with what you guys are saying, man. That's pretty much how it works. It's never, people understand the way the judicial system works, man. It's not what happened, it's what you can prove happened. And if you're being judged by your peers, you want those people to be like-minded individuals. So if you just so happen to be somebody that stole cardboard boxes on your day off, you want like-minded people that steal other things on their day off. So they're going to interview to find somebody that likes to put things in their pockets on their days off, Frank.
But not somebody that steals catalytic converters.
no, not those.
Yeah,
Because
not
if you're
those.
stealing catalytic converters, then you're going to be that guy that needs to get the hell up out of there.
Yeah, that's not-
You know?
It depends what year you started stealing them, because that used to be a fiend special, but
Yeah.
now
Nah, there's
Joe
entrepreneurs
Schmoes.
now.
Yeah, now they're entrepreneurs.
They have LLCs.
Yeah,
Back
that's a
in the day, Stealing cats was like a fiend special.
That's a fact.
Now everybody's underneath there. Single mothers, strippers coming out of retirement, hitting the bottom of a Dodge Ram, gonna hit a lick.
Grandpas, yeah, they're not playing out here. Them cats
Yeah,
converted. They're not
bro.
playing.
Are you crazy? What else we got to talk
All it takes
about?
is a Sawzall and a dream.
That's it. Yo,
That's
you
all
see
it
the
takes.
wild shit people do to keep their cats in their car? They're like welding chains to their exhaust.
That's crazy.
Bro, they're like literally taking metal cables and then just welding them across like the exhaust. So you have to like cut through the metal before you could get to the exhaust to cut through it.
Oh,
it
so
takes
it's
you
just a
longer
matter
to cut through it.
Yeah, but now they're. Did you see that video of that woman that comes out while they're stealing her cat?
No.
Bro, she comes out and she's like, "What are you doing in my car?" And there's like 5 of them. And one dude is like, "Go back inside. Go back inside. Nothing going on out here." And she's like, "What are you doing under my car?" And the guy's under there with the Sawzall, like, you know, and he's like, "Just go back inside." Then her man comes out. He's like, "Shut up. Go back inside. Nothing out here for you. Trust me. It's in your best interest. Go back inside."
That's crazy.
And then they just steal it and they just bounce. It was like 7 of them now.
Yeah,
So I
when
don't
there's
know.
7 of them, it's tough. If it's
They're each going to get like what? A couple $100?
yeah, if it's 7 of them, yeah, maybe. Some cats are worth like you could get anywhere from 400 to like 1,500
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So what increases the value of a cat?
There's precious metals inside them.
I know there's like platinum and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but is like, are there some, I guess the larger the vehicle, the more platinum is in it?
So
I mean, I'm asking like the layman question because I am the layman when it comes to cars.
I would assume that it would be the amount of filtration that the car needs to filter out of the exhaust, right? So,
So now we're getting into what a catalytic converter does because I don't even know.
because I would assume that a diesel vehicle, well, they use different cats on diesel vehicles, but let's just say a car that had like worse
They have diamonds
emission-
in them?
No diamonds in them.
Oh, all right.
I think it's just like precious metals, no stones.
All right.
But I would assume the dirtier the vehicle, the more the precious metals they're having there because they got to filter them out better. But then again, that's a part of my 60% of the time, all the time theory.
Listen, man.
Could be wrong about that one. But I know there's certain Subarus that their cats are like $1,400. So you could buy like a crash one for like $1,000, cut the cat out, junk the shell, and literally like there's people who do that for a living. Like they just go around buying like crash cars that have cats in them that are worth a good amount of money. They just buy it for less and flip the, and they'll junk the shell again, cut the cats out, and go upon their day.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's like I think that's like a good business that if all shit hit the fan and I lost my job doing whatever, I could always just anybody could strip cars, You buy a crash car, strip all the parts off, put it on eBay. There's a lot of companies that do that now.
Yeah.
They just buy crash cars, take all the parts off. All you need is a warehouse to store them, put them all up on eBay, OEM parts. You're going to get, decent money.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's a good point. Take notes, everybody.
Chop shop.
Take notes, everybody.
The chop shop. All right, what do we got to talk about? Because I know we're getting to the end of the fucking.
Are we? No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we've been bullshitting this entire time. We haven't gotten to a
I don't
single
know about
story.
bullshit. We're dropping gems here.
Nah,
Dropping-
we're 40 deep.
Dropping
Wow.
gems. All right, we got 20 minutes. Let's
Want to talk
fucking-
about the top G's?
Go ahead. Now we'll talk about.
So, the top G's. Smandrew Schmate and Schmishton Schmate. They've finally been indicted. Apparently, rumor on the internet, through the internet grapevine, is that the evidence is pretty weak, but they have been indicted on the R word.
Grape.
They have been indicted on human trafficking
Schmoomin' schmafricking.
and also allegedly starting some kind of organized crime group,
Schmorganized schmime. Schmafia.
which, I find to be hilarious because who would have her do that in such a public space?
Yeah, being
Did they think like Hustlers University was like a gang?
Bro, I think I can't imagine what the charges are. Again, I don't know the whole story. I don't know, but I can probably say I can confidently say I've probably seen a lot more of this guy's stuff than the people that are going to decide this man's fate.
Yeah, it's this one's an interesting one because I was like, I'm browsing the internet today trying to figure out like what's happening with this story, and I see like ridiculous I don't know if this is a ridiculous headline, but it seems ridiculous to me. They're like the Ukraine, Romania just wants his money, and I'm like, I hope that the Romanian government has more money than this guy. Like, I'm sure he's very wealthy, but he's not government wealthy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that's true.
Like, I don't think that the Romanian government needs to buy a Bugatti, so they're gonna fucking put this guy. Like, I'm sure there's a couple of oligarchs they could put in a fucking hole that nobody would care about.
Yeah.
Before they nap this guy up.
I think it might be attributed to him, almost how Joe Rogan was able to make so many people move to Austin.
Yeah.
Just from talking about it and the extent of his reach and his influence and stuff like that and his powerful friends. I just wonder if maybe they're just worried, or maybe it's happening. Maybe there's a large influx of people visiting and trying to move to Romania. And they're like, yo, we don't want a bunch of New Yorkers, dudes from Chicago. We don't want people from Miami coming and moving into Romania. Like, we don't want nothing to do with what you guys got going on over there.
Yeah. You let one guy turn his house into a gun range and the world goes crazy.
Yeah. So I don't really know what it is, but I know that it's weird. It's just very weird. You know, the guy never posted anything on his personal account that broke any rules, but yet they took all his accounts away and all his platforms. And it seems like there was a big concerted effort. A lot of people got together to try to make this happen, which always raises a question. I mean, if the guy's guilty or he's not, why are they going this hard against him, but the world's not coming together to take down Mr. Schmepstein and all his associates?
Where's the list?
Yeah, it just makes it weird to me that this is the guy. This is the guy that you guys think is a danger. Like, it just raises questions. Again, I don't know what's going on. It just
There's not
makes me
even
think.
an accuser. This is the weirdest fucking case ever.
Just
right?
makes me think. You know. And anybody with a brain that's an adult should ask a couple of questions when you see something like this.
Yeah, see something, say something. Speaking of top G's and sexual assault, they're saying Conor touched somebody in a bathroom too. Conor McGregor. I don't know. They're saying that he touched this girl inappropriately. They're saying that the security was involved in it. But then there's footage of her in the club with him afterwards. And she doesn't look like the kind of girl he would sexually abuse.
I mean,
I don't think he sexually abuses anybody. I take that back.
I know Conor's a lightweight, and I know that he's moving on up to welterweight, 170.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, that young lady was at least a middleweight.
100%, definitely middleweight.
And if I think he's going to lay it all on the line to go catch weight with that thing, I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
But I just find it strange that the accusation of the timeline doesn't quite add up. Because there's a video of him going with her into the bathroom.
Yes, I seen that. That's the video I did see.
And then there's another video that, according to the timeline that was reported, it's at least 30 minutes after the accuser says that the event took place. Meanwhile, she's with him, sitting down, partying in like the VIP section still. She's drinking and partying with him. So, I don't know. Things don't add up, but that's not my job. You know, I sit here, I talk with my dear friends, and we just shoot the shit about things that are going on in the world and things that are going on in our life. And I'm not the one that decides what happens with these things. So hopefully, you know, if you need a juror, hit your boy. I'm available. Apparently, they're paying a big 40 smackaroos a day.
40 fucking schmeckles.
Hit me up. You know, send it on over. Just wire. I like wires. You know, no more Venmo. 600 plus. They're watching.
That's fucking crazy.
You know.
I don't like those other third-party applications, though. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
like a
don't
big
either.
Cash App or Venmo guy.
It's tough now to like do business with people that, you know, a lot of businesses are like, yo, pay me in Venmo, or, you know.
Do my landscapers like that.
Yeah.
My barber's the only guy that wants cash.
Yeah, see, he's smart. Barber's smart.
He's definitely smart.
Yeah,
Trust
but I
the
won't pay him
old
in
dollar.
cash.
You
It's
don't?
like, no, I don't pay him in cash. Never. And you know what's funny is that now I can't pay him in cash because if I pay him in cash once, it's going to have to happen. And I know you watch this, so I appreciate you watching the podcast, but I'll never give you cash. Even if I have it in my pocket, I can't give it to you. I don't want to fucking set this unrealistic precedent. My whole entire thing is because this is like an argument between us. He's like, bro, just fucking pay in cash. And I'm like, I've never paid in cash. I don't want to fucking go to the ATM. You guys know me. I'm not a cash carrier. All right. I pay with my card. I like to get points on my card, so I like to pay with my card. I like to make spending money, make a little bit of money back, you know? So I don't I don't take out cash. And I think it's like, why? Unless I'm getting paid in cash, like why would I go take out cash? Who doesn't take card? Drug dealers take card now.
Facts.
I mean, you can buy liquor with EBT now.
What?
Yeah, bro. It's been
What?
for years, bro.
Liquor with EBT.
Bro,
They were
my
doing it for a
old-
long time,
for
but
a
I
long
don't
time.
But I don't know if you were allowed to do it.
Well, this guy had a neon sign in the liquor store window that lit up and said EBT.
Yeah, they'll sell you
EBT.
cigarettes too for more.
EBT.
Yeah. They write that shit up as a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, whatever he was doing. He might have just been scanning the orange juice 8 times to equal the price of a Henny bottle. I don't know.
How wild is that they let you pay at the liquor store?
It was in
with
the
EBT?
window.
That's
I'm going to take a
crazy.
picture. Next time I go see my mom, I'm going to take a picture of it.
Oh, that liquor store? 100% they just put that shit up. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought this was by like your current residence.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no.
that's
This
what
by
I'm
your
thinking.
mom's
No,
crib?
it's
That
by
makes
my-
sense. Yeah,
it's
100%.
by my old house.
Yeah. That's a non-English speaking liquor store. That shit is EBT there. That shit is,
Ebete.
yeah. Yeah, that shit's called Los Cupanes. That's just not called fucking. That's just not EBT. I wrote something down that I wrote a couple things down, but we're not going to get to
Go
everything.
ahead. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Rapid fire. Let's go. This
Rapid
is the-
fire. Okay, one of the things I wrote down. I seen today a drone light show. You guys ever seen a drone light show?
No.
I don't believe it.
Swizz, you never seen a drone light show?
Oh, I'm lying. I have.
I think it's
Can
aliens.
you pull one up so that they could see it? I know I'm fucking throwing it out here for you to do this.
I think it's aliens. I don't believe
on
it.
the fly. Bro, drone light shows are crazy. It's just it's super cool. And I'm like, how do they get these things? Is it it's got to be pre-programmed. Is it AI? How are they doing this? I think it's fucking crazy.
It's got to be AI, some kind of choreograph, like some kind of, because they all move like in tandem like that,
Yeah, dude, it's insane. All right, now, next thing.
All right. Wait, you want me to show him or you don't want me to show him?
you got
Can
one?
you show them?
Yeah, how do you want me to show him?
So there's a scene that will show you, that
Oh,
will
yeah,
show
which
them.
one was it again? I forgot which one it was.
It's labeled.
Leave me alone.
How dare you?
Oh, show page?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see, click it. Look at this. These are drones. Look at this.
Yeah,
How crazy is that?
that's alien. I don't believe it.
Dude,
How
I
many
seen one
goddamn
today-
drones you got? Are these special kind of drones, like LSD drones that just do this kind of stuff?
Look at
Oh
that.
my god, that is a ballerina.
Yep.
Stop playing with me. That's a cupcake?
How crazy is
good
that?
lord.
Swizz, can you show them the dragon one?
Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
You got a what?
This one of a dragon. It's crazy. I want to get to my next topic, but I think this stuff is super cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It's very interesting in how
That's super
far
dope.
we've come with technology.
Yeah, because I think that these almost might one day, maybe, this is going to be crazy, may sound crazy, but replace fireworks.
Oh, here we go.
I could see
All right,
that.
this is a quickie. It's just a short.
Let's see it. Look how fucking crazy that is.
Oh, nah, chill. That ain't in America.
Tell me that you're not playing Tears
Is
of the
that real?
Kingdom right now, and that doesn't look like one of the fucking dragons
Yeah,
from
one of the
Zelda.
dragons from
Is
Tell
that
me
real?
That's
yeah.
fucking Nadra.
Tell me that's not one of the dragons from fucking Zelda.
That's not CGI or nothing.
Bro, those are
No,
fucking
those are
drones,
Bro, that's
dude.
fucking Groudon from fucking Pokemon.
Bro, there's longer videos if you could fucking find one. And
Because
make
I've
it
seen
bigger.
these before. That's the coolest goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life.
Tell me that's not super cool, dude.
That's the coolest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Fucking drones, light show.
Dude, those drones made a dragon.
Yeah.
I know a couple things about a dragon. No, I'm just kidding.
How long before they start fucking making them do weird shit? Anyways,
Put on your 3D glasses
Yeah.
and hold on to your seat, buddy.
Hold on.
this is
one.
gonna be the best
Well,
drone
it's
light
a
show you've ever
part-
seen.
It's a piece of a full show. where the dragon is at. I'm just trying to skip ahead to
That
the
was
part where it's the
crazy.
dragon.
And if
What?
you
So
can
it'll
make
break apart into like choreographed type of other stuff. Like it'll turn into like dancers.
anything.
All right, here we go. Ready?
What?
They can make anything. Can you make a full screen?
Dude,
Oh,
what?
it was like a glimpse.
That's good right there. That works. What? Even the numbers.
Bro,
what?
look at that.
Dragon's coming up.
Fucking dragon.
Dude, that dragon was flying. That's a dragon.
Yeah, that's crazy too. Is this like Disney World Japan or something like that?
It's
Where
got to
is
be
it?
something like that. I mean,
yeah.
for that, bro, there's like 2,000 drones in the sky right there.
How crazy is that though?
Yeah, bro, that's a lot of money. That was like a $250,000 display right there.
You know what's crazy? The drone batteries are not good. Like they don't. It takes a lot of power to fucking fly a plastic object around the sky that shoots fucking 4K at 120 frames.
That's true.
So their
And
batteries
it's lit up and has a computer that can do seamless choreography with another drone that's flying inches from it.
That's what I'm saying. So like I know it's not like going to be like a long show, but it's going to be super cool while it lasts.
That looked like the precision of a laser printer. I mean, of like a 3D printer. You know, like, you know
Yeah.
how those needles move so like, or everything that whatever kind of spout or whatever kind of thing releases,
Yeah.
whatever that shit is.
Yeah.
You know?
You ever see the other 3D printers that come out of the liquid? They print in reverse.
What?
Those are super cool too. I got a story I have to get into before.
All
the
right,
end of
get into
show.
the story because we're going to do some after hours.
Okay, so small town in Ecuador.
How small? Real small.
Small enough to fit in Ecuador. Anyways, that's not a shot at Ecuadorians. I have no idea how big or small Ecuador really is. But 76-year-old woman dies. Family organizes a funeral. They put her in her box, in her final resting place. They have the wake, and then they're about to do the funeral. They're going to do an outfit change between wake and funeral, which I didn't think was a thing. But now, if they're going to bury me and do this, I also want an outfit change. I'm saying this publicly, so just in case, you know,
You get a little stiff.
I'll get a
You
fucking.
sure you want that?
I want an outfit change. Yeah, just give me one with a zipper in the back so that they don't have to like fucking really move me too much.
No, we're
But,
going to have to just, there's going to be nothing on the back.
I want the first outfit to be like the suit, and then I want my next one that I'm buried in casual. Maybe like give me like a basketball like jersey or something like that. No shirt underneath.
You don't like to sleep that way, right? Get
No,
too
no,
hot.
no. Yeah, too hot. I want to come back athletic. Anyways, when they're going to change this woman's outfit, she starts moving and like breathing hard. Turns out she's not dead.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's a scary.
Bring her back to the hospital, and they're looking for explanations. They don't got an explanation, but now she's in critical care, and she's alive. And she might still die, but she's not dead yet. How crazy is that? They had a funeral. She had a death certificate.
Damn.
Do you still have a social security number when you have a deficit? When they
Yeah, can they go back?
Yeah,
Can they be
like-
like, wait. This person, damn. It's too late, you mean?
we just gave it to that baby, like
I don't know. I don't want to make fun of the Ecuadorian fucking
Oh my
No,
goodness.
I'm not-
That's not what we're
documentation.
doing. That's not what we're doing.
Documentation
Good Lord, that's not what we're
system,
doing.
but they definitely don't have social security numbers out there.
Wow, that's a crazy thing. You know, back in the day, you know the job of a gravekeeper. You know, you ever see those in like old school
With the bell and shit.
dude, a gravekeeper, like what you see in old video games and old cartoons and movies. That's the person that works in the graveyard with a lantern and shit. You know what I'm saying? He walks around with a shovel, and that guy was there because back in the day, that wasn't that uncommon. They would bury you accidentally because you were pronounced improperly. You just stopped moving for a while. Like, you've been sleeping since yesterday. Guess he's dead.
Yep.
And they
Looks
would
like he's
just-
got the leprosy.
Dude, they would bury you with a string attached somewhere to you that would go up and was attached to a bell. So this way, if you happen to wake up and you're already in the ground, you start ringing the bell, and here comes a gravekeeper, and they dig you up.
That's crazy. They had to make a job. That it has to happen more than 10 times before they start taking in FTEs.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it had to be. It had to be. It had to be. I wonder what kind of hole in their union contract they had that those guys don't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, they definitely got hit with the 15-minute bus rule.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this right here might cause a review for the case.
Fuck me, man. The doctor, they said that the doctor was like, well, you know, sometimes you could be so heavily sedated and shit that we don't like that the rhythm, like we can't feel the rhythm, or sometimes they're so cold that they're dead, and I'm like, listen, I'm not a doctor, but
Bro, you got to do things like EKGs and listen for pulses and stuff like you. There's steps you're supposed to do before you can just.
yeah, it sounds like nobody even put the fucking mirror under her nose.
Nope. Got the mirror.
Yeah, nobody even gave her a little tweak.
Yeah.
Or something like poked her and was like, wake up, grab her brush, put a little makeup. No.
Yeah, I know that I kind of fucking amped that story up because I said I wanted to say it really bad, but I thought it was interesting.
I think that is very interesting. It's very medieval.
Yeah, it's crazy that nowadays that shit happens.
I believe it, man. A lot of crazy stuff going on.
I'll tell you one thing though, where that only probably happens in places like Ecuador where they bury you quick, because out here like your funeral's like a week later.
Yeah,
In
they
most
call it a
places-
wake for a reason. That's why there's that gap to see if you pop up midweek.
Oh, is that what that's for?
No, I'm only kidding.
No,
But
but
it would make sense.
it does. But dude, in other countries, you die today, motherfucker, they're burying you the day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, call whoever
Depends.
you got to call because they're putting you in the box in a couple days.
Or they putting you on the bike,
Yeah, if you're Puerto Rican, they're putting you in the living room.
pen, and put you right on that bike, boy.
Yeah, they hook that wire to your back. That same wire they used to make like fucking 3D characters, the
Yep.
clay characters.
Yep.
They hook that shit through your jacket.
Yep, put you right up on that kickstand, boy.
Yep. Put a blunt in your ear. We've talked about that so many times.
It's classic. What else we got? Twiz, what you got for the people, man? What you got going on?
I think we kind of hit everything. I'm trying to think.
You guys want to talk about Michael Jordan selling his majority share of the Hornets?
Ooh, this hold on. Get the camera on this.
Were
guy.
you about to say that?
Nah,
Twiz told me this story. I don't know dick about it.
Camera on this. I'm looking at him right now.
Twiz
Y'all looking
told me
at him
about
too.
this story earlier. I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big Michael Jordan fan. I don't like him or his fucking sneakers.
Hey! Don't do that.
Don't do that, my man. Easy, man.
I just hear he's not a nice guy.
So what? Fuck him. We only wear the sneakers anyways.
Okay. I mean, I guess, right?
Listen,
If that's the-
Michael Jordan sold his stake for $3 billion.
$3 billion?
Yeah, $3 billion.
Basketball teams, sporting franchises in general, are worth tons.
He sold, and remember, this is only his majority stake. He sold. So Michael Jordan agreed to sell his majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets to a group led by Gabe Plotkin and Rick Schnall for an approximate. It says for an approximate. That's funny. Approximately $3 billion valuation. According to league sources, the transaction ends Jordan's 13-year run as majority owner. Schnall, a minority owner with the Atlanta Hawks, and Plotkin, a minority owner with the Hornets, will become the franchise's governors once the NBA completes its vetting and approval process. Jordan will continue to see basketball operations through Thursday's NBA draft and the start of free agency July 1st. Once the sale is complete, Jordan will keep a minority stake and maintain a presence with the franchise. So that's what I was telling you about before. Remember I said he made his money. He's going to make his money. He's still going to be the face because he's fucking Michael Jordan, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna come in and tell them who they could scout or something like that. I don't know, and I'm sure this guy Gabe Plankton and the other gentleman that bought the rest of the shares off of him. I'm sure that they benefit from having like him as like a figure within the organization.
Definitely.
I have a question. Now, this might just be of course, because I don't own any sports franchise and I'm not involved in any negotiations regarding the purchase or acquisition of a sports franchise. Mm-hmm. But my question is, how can these two guys both go into business to own a team or oversee the team, however that kind of group or however that business structure is, while one of them owns another NBA team?
That's what we were talking about
we
before.
So
Or
one of
that
them
earlier.
owns the Hawks, and now he just went into business with another guy to own the Hornets.
Minority.
But either way, he holds some kind of stake in the company. There's no way that's not a conflict of interest. To
he
say?
probably can't make any decisions,
No, listen, you know what?
I mean, you always
No.
have some kind of influence when you're partial owner.
Just-
no?
but there needs to be like a clause for like for
You guys are
conflict
missing
of interest.
Go ahead, Twiz.
You guys are missing it. Justin answered the question with his question. Think about it. Think about what
What
you just
kind
said.
of fucking matrix shit's going on?
Exactly.
Right now?
Yeah, what's going on with this inception?
Red pill or blue pill? Listen, my boy. He has a minority stake in the Atlanta Hawks. He's about to buy a majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets. It's not about, think about it, who consumes these things? Not them. They make the money off of it. It's still a business at the end of the day within an organization. He has the infrastructure set up for the Atlanta Hawks. He can apply some of his infrastructure. At the end of the day, they want to fill seats. They want to sell merch. They want to make money. We are the ones that inherently take this, bear the burden of being the fans of these teams and these franchises and wanting them to win and spending all our hard-earned dollars to buy tickets and floor seats and jerseys and popcorn and $12 glizzies and $12 beers and all these things that they make the money off of, bro. They don't give a fuck about what we think about who owns it. They just care about, all right, listen, bro, you have the infrastructure, you can fill the seats, you can get the team together, because ultimately it's about winning. But remember, when you win, you make more money. You got to follow the dollar. Always follow the dollar.
Yeah, so that's really what's has me thinking this is when you're worried about the money, what influences the amount of money that can be made with a particular franchise? Winning. So if you are involved with the Atlanta Hawks and you're making X amount of money with them, blah, 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 but now you want the Hornets to win, but the Hornets aren't doing that well, you may start to, in order to increase profits, isn't it possible that you start to get tempted with deals to, put certain pieces in place to make certain people win?
I get exactly what he's saying. Justin's saying it's like, imagine there's a trade opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. And this guy wants this guy on this team and not on the other team. Mm-hmm. And he says, you know what? Only offer him X amount of money because I know the other team's going to offer him more. So like there is some kind of conflict of interest when you own multiple teams.
Of course there is.
But I mean, I guess like who's a conflict? I guess there's no like.
Well, no, the way the infrastructure's set up, there's other holders. There's other holders, but you know what?
And again, this is me not knowing what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just asking what a regular person would ask. Like, how can you own two teams that compete against each other?
Yeah. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
How does that make sense? You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
So,
you know what? These guys have so much money. They don't follow the same rules we do.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my layman question. Maybe somebody in the chat is going to be like, hey, idiot, this is why you don't have millions of dollars. And I'll be like, okay.
You know what that is? That's a perfect example of I do what I want, you do what you can.
Yep, facts.
Damn, that's some iPhone shit. I never heard that shit before.
Hey, listen, man. It's like, it's like that sounds like Connor with the Ultimate Fighter with Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
Toad.
He's like, he's like, I'm heavy right now, about 200 Ks or something, whatever he said. Not kilos, that's like 400 pounds.
No, he's like,
whatever, I'm 12 stone or whatever he said.
That's a fact.
So then Michael Chandler was like, what, you want to do it at 185? He said, you do as you're told.
Michael Chandler got excited. He was like, I'll fight at 185. Yeah, 185. Because he's got a cut too,
And he fixed his suit.
Yeah.
He was like, you do as you're told.
He said, ha, ha, ha.
Talking.
You do as you're told. All right, that's all I got.
But now he actually missed the deadline real quick before we sign out.
For USADA, yeah.
Yeah, for the USADA testing. And now they're saying he might not be able to fight for a year now.
Yeah, so for the MMA fans out there, Conor McGregor was supposed to enter the USADA pool, which is the anti-doping agency that the UFC uses. He was supposed to enter himself into the pool so he could be eligible to fight Michael Chandler at the season finale of TUF. Like traditionally, every other fight, all the other fighters before him did.
Most of
the other fighters. And now it's looking like he's not going to be eligible to fight because he's not in the USADA pool. But, I mean, if anybody could pull strings, it's going to be... It's going to be Conor. But now they're saying like Michael Chandler's looking for somebody to fight.
I mean, he always is ready to get it going and get paid. Michael Chandler's a dog. He's always ready to go.
You literally took the words out of my mouth. Michael Chandler, dog.
Yeah. And but another interesting thing is apparently there's been some kind of loose talk or that's firming up about a fight between John Jones and Tyson Fury. That's apparently some kind of hybrid fight that Dana White is allegedly trying to work out.
Tell me that Francis Ngannou isn't somewhere punching the fucking air right now.
Of course he is. He's in the PFL over there. Cool PFL. 16 people will watch you fight. Cool.
Yeah, because but now he's talking. Now Francis is talking about fighting. Not Tyson. He's talking about fighting. What's the dude's name? That guy that got knocked out by that Mexican guy. I know that's all boxing.
Ruiz?
Deontay Wilder.
No, Deontay Wilder?
Yeah.
No, Anthony Joshua?
Either
Anthony Joshua got knocked out by Ruiz.
I think it was either Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder that he's in talks fighting. But none of those guys are really interested in fighting him. I think that the Gypsy King thing was just like a publicity thing. Because even himself, he said he's like I'm not a cage fighter. He goes, I'm not going to fight these guys in a cage.
Who said that?
Tyson Fury said it.
Oh, I just find it funny that they all want MMA fighters to cross into jiu-jitsu. I mean, to cross into MMA, but of course, it's tough to go the other way because it's such a more difficult, more complete, more real, more actual fighting style.
Somebody's got to do it eventually.
They've done it.
Not at this scale though. Like nothing as big as like Conor going to box, or
No.
even like Anderson Silva going to box, or like or
James Toney came to the MMA to the cage, and he got fucked up.
Yeah, he probably did just as good as CM Punk, maybe better.
No, better. But neither one of them did well. I mean, CM Punk was like, "Whoa, this is a real fight." Hey,
They gave him 2 fights, which I thought was fucking crazy.
yeah, it was crazy. He's got a Pepsi tattoo. The fuck.
I don't know. I am excited for when that kid happens. Like if like Jake or Logan, like one of these guys, take a MMA fight, I would love to see that.
I'll tell you what, man. Jake and Logan are putting in some work, man. They're training with some real guys. Have you seen Jake training with Bo Nickel? They're really putting in work, man. There are guys right now that are active in MMA that are not training with a guy at the level of grappling skill and proficiency as Bo Nickel. And
Of course, yeah.
Jake Paul is getting down with Bo Nickel. And if he does a year with Bo Nickel and then gets in and fights Pito that's unranked, I don't know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
if they throw him a can, he might do good. I seen what's his name, Logan, training with what's his guy's name? He was training with the
City Kickboxing.
City Kickboxing. Thank you.
I wouldn't say can. If they throw him in with a guy that isn't heavy grappling based, I think that he would have he might be in there for a little while.
Yeah, there's so many other elements involved that it's like it's so different. Even the stand up is different. The fact that there's a cage and you could use it.
Yeah, there's a lot of elements that are different.
There's so many different elements because even if
There's no standing 8 count.
no,
You get clipped, you're either figure it out. Dude, the ref is like, listen, bro, I ain't here. Listen, this is a fair one.
it's the complete opposite. If you fall, they're incentivized to like fall on you and like try to pound you as much as they can so we get this thing over. If you get up against it, it's not like you're getting up against a rope and then you're gonna rope a dope, turn it around. They're gonna pull you up against that cage and they're gonna push you against it, and make you hold all of their body weight, carry them this entire fight. You can't do that in boxing. When they when they hug you, it's like, and they start making you carry their weight. No one's gonna pull you off of them.
Yeah.
Or pull them off of you and
It's
separate
true.
you guys.
We'll see, but I think that they'll be careful with their opponent selection. And I think that they'll also, I think that he'll be smart about it. He'll pick who he fights. And he's not going to pick a guy that's got a very heavy grappling style or a guy that KOs people with head kicks. He's going to take a guy that's boxing based, that doesn't throw leg kicks,
He's gonna pull somebody out of retirement. There's gonna be somebody there's gonna be an MMA fighter that's retired, and he's gonna be like,
maybe
I want to fight so and so.
Maybe, that's possible. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think it'll be interesting though, because at this point, I'd like to see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm not like a Paul Brothers hater. I think it's super cool what they're doing.
Yeah, just separate promotion. Don't put that guy on a Fight Pass card or something like that. Like that's not what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to see a fight night with him on it. Put him on a different event.
Give him the main event of a fight night. That shit would be fucking repulsive.
No, they wouldn't do that. They would
It'd
never
be
do
insulting.
That. No, he would never do that. He would never, ever, ever do that. I don't care how much money he would lose. That would hurt him more than it would help. I'm talking about Dana White. It would hurt the organization more than it would help. I think if they were to put him on some kind of exhibition like card on a Saturday, a random Saturday.
They wouldn't want that. They want pay-per-view, Madison Square Garden, or Staples Center, AT&T Stadium. Like they want these enormous venues. They want all the lights on them, and I don't think I don't even think they entertain anything else but that.
That's true.
And I think it'd be unfortunate because I don't think it's fair to the fighters.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see. I mean, that's the world right now, especially America. It's about eyes. Doesn't matter why they're watching, as long as they are.
They'd make those guys a co-main event for a Conor and Michael Chandler fight.
Dana wouldn't do that. He would want to once he saw the numbers and the projected amount of money he could make. But I don't think he does that. I think that he cares a little more about the purity of the sport than that. I think don't get me wrong, if Dana White was not the one that was president and, running the UFC, if it were someone else, they would consider that. But
It's
I think,
a payday.
yeah, but I think he would be like, no, this will be its own thing.
Now that Amanda retired, you know who the number one pound for pound woman's best pound for pound fighter is?
I would imagine it's Juliana Pena.
No, it's fucking Alexa Grasso.
Oh no, Alexa Grasso is a beast though. She's up there. She's champ.
I don't think she's pound for pound best. She's champ
champ.
right now.
She's champ.
She
man.
took a belt from somebody that defended it like 15 times.
I mean, bro, what? How did you flip on Valentina like that? Valentina, you swore you pray to Valentina every night before
That's
you
what
go
I'm
to bed.
saying.
You pray a
That how
rosary.
is she better than her? How is she better than her that's defended that belt so many times?
You can't make somebody pound for pound if they're not champ.
I don't know. I just don't
If
think
there's a
she's
champ in the weight class, you can't make that person pound for pound.
No, because she doesn't have the resume that Valentina does. She didn't fight all the same people that she did. She didn't fight the people of the caliber that Valentina had fought.
Yeah, but that's just not how it works. They don't, if you're not champion now, you can't get beat by someone and then you're still pound for pound better than that person. They just beat you. You can't really do that. I mean, even though resume-wise, sure, I'll give it to you. That's one loss versus her resume of crushing everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you count that against it? Like, how can you say that this girl is definitely pound for pound, like the best of everybody because she beat her, because she lost this one fight? Like, realistically, Valentina's lost 3 fights that you could talk about. Like, that fight and the 2 fights against Amanda
But
Nunes.
she didn't just beat her, she finished her.
Yeah.
She strangled her and she tapped out because she was being strangled to death.
Yeah, if
She
she wouldn't
killed her. She simulated her murder. That was what she did. And the only reason she didn't murder her was that she tapped and said, "Please don't kill me." And she said, "Okay, you live." And just let her go.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Valentina do that to people
We have.
many more times than
We
we'll
have.
see her. And you know what? I love Valentina.
I know
thought
you
she
do.
was the best. Even when Amanda was in fighting, I still thought Valentina was the best.
I agree. In terms of technique and stuff like that, do I think Valentina is much more skilled overall in terms of different disciplines than Alexa Grasso? I do.
She's
But
in
do
the
I-
conversation of best fighters overall, men and women.
I agree. But, this is also why the takeaway from this entire conversation is that pound for pound rankings are bullshit.
Yeah, there's a bias in that
Because
shit.
they're not real pound for pound. How can you compare somebody that, like John Jones that fought these guys versus Henry Cejudo in terms of who's better pound for pound? That's made up. It's fucking made up. Pound for pound. What does that even mean? What does it even mean?
Alexa Grasso's the best of the best. That's what that
Of
means.
active fighters
Of
right
active
now?
fighters right
yeah,
now.
who's better?
It's dumb because
Who's better?
I say Valentina, and then you say, well, she fucking choked her
Well,
last
she
time.
beat her. So
Yeah.
that can't be.
But you know that people get beat and then come back and win fights too.
Of course.
All right, Amanda lost the fight, came back and won in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, but if that happens, then it'll change. You can't be, the Nuggets beat the Miami Heat. Like, I can't say, well, the Miami Heat are still better. It's like,
different
are they?
because they play a series of games. They play like the best of 7.
Well, football. Say whatever you want. Football.
Yeah.
Football, like the team that won is the best team.
Yeah,
You can't say the other team.
They're the team that won. Sometimes they're not the best, right? Because there's external factors that go into like the game, right?
True.
Because like football, if there was something that happened at the end of the game, these guys ended up with the ball towards the end and they just ran down the clock. I guess that's a part of the game. So it isn't.
They're better at the rule set inside what's allowed.
I don't know. I'm
know?
not going to drag this out. I
No,
don't
but
think
I'm just saying that, Alexa Grasso technically would be, if pound for pound rankings were real, you have to say she's higher than Valentina. She fought her once and beat her. So she's 100% of the time she's beaten Valentina when they fought.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I get it, but that doesn't mean that she's better than Valentina. It also doesn't mean that it also doesn't discredit all the better fighters than Alexa Grasso that Valentina has beaten over the time.
Of course.
in
but-
different divisions.
Yeah, but these things aren't considered when you have this kind of thing. You know, it's just not.
They
That's-
should be.
Yeah, there's no way to consider it. Well, what kind of formula are you doing, Pythagoras?
No,
What-
you
what
give
do
these guys. We got to give them points. We got to give these guys points. Every fighter has a value, and then when you beat them, you get some points or something like that.
Go watch the PFL.
No, I don't-
because they do that.
No, but
They have a season and points per fight.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
you
I like that shit.
Go
I like-
watch
just like I
Ngannou in
like-
the PFL.
just like I like the fucking tournament style who does Bellator do the tournaments, or no, PFL does the tournaments.
No, the Grand Prix are Bellator.
Yeah, I like those tournament styles. I like that shit too.
Yeah, I think it's good. You know, but
That shit's raw as fuck.
it's hard to say somebody's better than somebody that just beat him and strangled her and changed the color of her face.
yeah,
She took all the blood.
it's only hard to say until Valentina. If Valentina fights her again, first of all, nobody.
Only thing that matters is now. What happens later changes this later.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
I'm
if
confident-
Valentina comes back and head kicks her and KOs her, Valentina is better than her.
Yeah. And we all know that just like when Amanda lost, it's like everybody's like, all right, you know, yeah, Amanda lost. She's gonna come back and win the belt, and it's not doubt in anybody's mind. I feel the same way about Amanda.
All right, then that's
I mean,
a
I
fair,
feel the same way about Valentina.
Then that's a fair point because Juliana Pena, yeah, she strangled Amanda, but did I know that their next fight, Amanda was going to loosen her face up a little bit? Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that was going to happen, but until that happened, you got to give it to the person that strangled her.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I wouldn't have said that Juliana Pena wasn't the champion. I would be like, well, she's not better than Amanda. Yeah, she beat her, but we all know, like, come on, she beat her, but she ain't gonna beat her next time.
Yeah,
and,
true.
I feel the same exact way about Valentina.
True.
It's like, yeah, okay, you won this fight. You won that fight. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
After this person held that belt for many years.
Yeah. But until that happens, you got to give it to Alexa.
Twiz, how long was Valentina Shevchenko champion? Dude, she's been champion for like the past like 6-7 years.
You could
or
use
some
like
shit that.
Valentina the Bullet instead of Shevchenko so that, damn, my phone died.
I don't know. I won't fucking. I don't want to drag this out because I know nobody likes to talk about MMA. No one likes to listen.
And we're
to us
20
talk
minutes
about
over
it.
the hour.
And we're 20 minutes over the hour. Dude, you could end us, Twiz. It's just fine.
Hold on.
Oh, shit, Twiz, I got to pay you for those tacos.
Title. Shut up. 231. Where's it?
Sorry.
Rating at? Oh, 1,547 days.
Divide that by 365.
Oh, you really want me to do math right now?
No, I'll do it right now.
4.5 years, some shit like that.
Hold on. 1,547 divided by 365 is 4. So 4.2. So like 4.25 years.
All right. So, you know, she was whooping on everybody, but, you know.
Everybody.
But
And she
Alexa
was
took her
mauling
back.
everybody.
Alexa took her back and fucking strangled her. She's
That night
never
she
been
won.
finished.
That night she won.
She's never been finished. And Alexa said, I'm going to finish her. She went up in there.
A lot of people say a lot of shit though.
Bro, you're this guy. This guy out here wants hopes and dreams to matter. He wants to, you know. He
You would
wants
bet on
his-
her again if they fought again?
That's not the question. That's not the question. The
I'm just
question is
asking you,
who
though.
won when they fought.
Yeah, she won 100%. She won that fight. I'm
That's
not
the
discrediting-
question.
I'm not saying she
So
didn't win
as
that
it
fight.
stands right now,
I know this sounds stupid, but that doesn't mean that she's better than her. I know that night she.
all right, it means that she's more effective in a one-on-one combat scenario on that night.
On that night she won. Yeah, that's what that means.
That's
And I
until
guess-
they fight on another night.
Yeah, they're gonna fight again.
She beat her.
Yeah.
You know,
And if they don't fight, because I don't think that fight's scheduled. If they don't fight immediately, it's only because the UFC wants to see somebody else get a shot at the belt. Because there's nobody else that's going to be Valentina.
but you can't keep doing these immediate rematches. I hate when they
Who
do
deserves
that.
a rematch more than a girl that had the belt for 4.5 years?
If you get finished, you don't deserve an immediate rematch. You have to win a fight and come back. She tapped her. She took her back and fucking strangled
yeah,
her.
but the difference is that there's nobody that Valentina who hasn't Valentina fought in that weight class.
It
Who's
doesn't
she gonna
matter.
fight?
Go back down and fight for your ability to come back up and get a title
It would
shot.
literally just be like a fucking just like a
technicality?
A technicality.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
go back and fight. You don't just get an immediate rematch when you got finished.
And how do you start that now? Because Amanda got finished, she got a fucking rematch, and then came back, fought somebody else, and retired.
And I don't think she should have gotten that rematch.
But like, when do you start that? Do you start that now with Valentina?
I think she shouldn't have gotten that. I think that was unfair.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, but not typically when you get finished. With decisions, there's rematches. But when somebody gets finished, you don't typically get a rematch. If you get knocked out or you get choked out or submitted, it's very rare, at least in my immediate recollection. Jose KO'd, no rematch.
They never
Eddie
even fought
Alvarez
again.
KO'd, no rematch.
I also don't think that Conor wanted that fight again anyways.
Look, when anybody, you go down the line of people that got knocked out, did they get an immediate rematch?
I'm trying to think. Usually they don't because you get a mandatory suspension.
Luke Rockhold, knocked out by Michael Bisping. Did he get an immediate rematch? No.
Yeah, they fought again, but years later. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of you think of Colby fought what's his name twice, but it went to decision. You think the same thing with Jorge. He fought him twice, but he stepped in the first fight, and then so.
Did Jorge get an immediate rematch when he got knocked out by Kamaru? No. Did Kamaru get an immediate rematch with Leon Edwards when he got knocked out? I don't think so, right?
Oh, I think you just said one.
That might be one. Has Leon fought anybody else? I don't know.
Leon didn't hold the belt half as long as Valentina had it.
No, he didn't. Or you mean Kamaru?
Excuse me, Kamaru didn't hold the belt.
But still, we're talking about a rare circumstance. Rare circumstance.
They do the money thing, bro.
I would like to see Alexa and Valentina again, but I would like to see Alexa with someone else. I want to see Alexa Grasso fight somebody else. I don't think that somebody should get an immediate rematch because you've already been reigning. You got to go and win a couple fights. She should defend the belt a couple times. Then you come back and fight again.
I could agree with that.
Otherwise we just have a constant two people always fighting for the belt.
Yeah, let's change it after Valentina gets the belt back. Then make Alexa Grasso fight a couple more.
But now what? Now you got to make the impossible task of beating Valentina happen again? She beat her, and now she deserves to move on from her. She deserves to defend her belt against someone else, not fight the hardest fight again. I don't want to fight her again. I just beat her. Why would I want to fight her again? Let me fight someone else. I don't want to fight this person again.
You're the champion, right? You're the
undisputed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, but it's I just choked you out. What else is there to prove here? I took your back, I strangled you, you tapped out because I was going to kill you. And now I have to fight you again? No, I want to fight somebody else. And then when you win a fight or two, of course, come on back if I'm still here.
I think that works for a lot of people, but just not Valentina. A fight or two for somebody with a resume like hers. It'd be hard for her to get a fight or two.
No, it won't. Anybody would fight her. That's a payday. And now now they smell blood in the water.
Not for them. I don't think it's a payday. No? She doesn't even get main event fights. I think if you look at all her, a lot of her fights, none of them were main events.
Who, Valentina?
Yeah.
All right, so then even less of a reason for her to get a rematch. She don't even make money.
I think that people don't want to fight her because it wouldn't be worth it for them.
It would be in this case. Because that's easily you could say, okay, number 3, fight Valentina, or number 4, number 5, fight Valentina. The winner gets a title shot. And that right there makes it all worth it. That's a co-main.
And she's probably already beaten those people.
Beat them again then. She wants a rematch, but nobody else deserves a rematch against her. You know what I'm saying?
She's earned it though.
I don't know. She got strangled. I don't think she deserves an immediate rematch. I think if you get finished, you don't.
But it's not about that. What happened that night? It's about what she had been doing to people for so many years. That's why I say she's deserving of the rematch, not specifically against Alexa Grasso, but against anybody because of what she's done in the division. And when you look at the division, it's I guess if there's somebody in that division that it's man, that'd be a good fight. You got to fight this person. There's another one a big number one contender that she would fight. But I can't think of them. I can't think of somebody in that division that she, I don't know that division as well as
I could. She should probably fight Mackenzie Dern. If Valentina can beat Mackenzie Dern, that fight right there the winner gets a title shot.
That's a dangerous fight too.
She's got to beat Mackenzie because Mackenzie's out here killing these girls. She's killing them.
Yeah, she beat the dog shit out that last.
She's beating the brakes off of all of them.
That's it. We're an hour and a half over.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We're going to continue this off air. But Master None Podcast, episode 157.
157.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you do not miss any of the times that we go live. Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. If you cannot watch the full video, which we do prefer that you do, and if you jump in during the live and participate in the chat, we love that. Otherwise, watch the video from the archive. And if you can't, you can only access the audio version, or you're in a place where you can't watch the video, but you can only listen to it in the background. Check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Google Play Store, rather, Stitcher, Podbean, all that stuff. And if you can't find us on your favorite preferred podcast platform, Berto's about to let you know what you could do, man.
Go find us on Discord and harass us until we put us on your obscure platform.
Check out the Discord. Make sure you join it. Twiz, what you got for the people, man?
That's it. This is Masters and Episode Podcast 150. Masters and Podcast Episode 157, man. Thanks for rocking with us. We enjoy you. Everybody, please be active in the chat. And as always, tip your waitresses.
That's it.
Later.
Take care of yourself and each other. R.I.P. Jerry Seinfeld.